Hi guys, this is Pragya. Welcome to my channel FinMom. I try to make finance simple for you. If you're new to the channel, please hit the bell icon. And if you like the video, press like at the end of it. Let's get started. Hi guys, if you've not flown with Air India ever, then you're probably living under a rock. Because till 2004, there were not many options available. Actually, there was no other option available except Air India. It was the Maharaja of the sky. So, we are talking about Air India because recently Tata acquired Air India in January. But what led to the decline of Air India? Now, most people, what they do is they blame it on the politicians, they may blame it on the politics, the bureaucracy, or the merger of Air India and Indian Airlines, or the buying of 111 planes. So, a lot has been said about it, a lot of people have talked about it, but let's just see what actually caused the decline of the major airline, of the national carrier of the country. Starting with, Air India and Indian Airlines were both making very thin profits or thin losses. Like, they were not doing too well or too bad, but they were doing okay. But it was in 2007 which started the decline of the airlines. Now, 2004, Deccan Airlines entered the aviation market, followed by Indigo and SpiceJets. They were low-cost carriers which focused on increasing profitability. Now, let's see how they gave a competition to Air India. To begin with, Air India served food on its flight. So, food was a cost center for Air India, something that it spent money on. Whereas Indigo, SpiceJet, Deccan Airlines, they started selling food on the plane, thereby generating revenue from it. So now what is an expense for Air India became a revenue for Indigo or SpiceJet. That is where the game changer happened. Apart from that, Air India's flights had extra legroom space. So if you've flown in Air India, you would have noticed that you actually get leg room. But in Indigo or SpiceJet, they're very compact flights, so the number of seats are more. So again, another game changer was the cost per seat for Air India was more, whereas for these low-cost airlines, it did not matter whether you get legroom or not. You're flying from one place to another place at a minimum cost, which attracted customers. So Air India started losing customers, whereas these low-cost carriers were making a profit. Now, secondly, there was a Lehman crisis, if you remember. What happened there caused the fuel prices to increase. So Air India was now spending a lot on fuel. Now, all the carriers in the aviation sector got affected with this. So it's not a big deal after all. But what was going within Air India was actually causing the problem. There were a lot of instability within Air India. Frequent changes in top management led to confusion, lack of leadership, and inefficiency. So all in all, while Air India should have been fighting with the carriers, it was fighting within its own. There were employee strikes because there were a lot of costs involved with the employees. Air India was paying for benefits, for salaries, for pensions. So the cost of employees for the carrier was also high. So there was a battle going on within Air India, which led to the decline. Now, apart from the fuel price increase, apart from the fact that there were a lot of competition, apart from the fact that there were a lack of leadership, it still could have done something if the Dreamliners that Air India ordered had reached on time. Because these Dreamliners were game changers. They're fuel efficient, they were better technology, and once they were in the market, they would have helped Air India achieve its targets. But that got delayed. So Air India, which was already struggling financially, tried to upgrade its fleet and it was unable to do so. So that happened when this fuel price increased. So like cars, even flights need to be fuel efficient. So when the fuel price were hiked, Air India should have been using fuel efficient planes, which would help it cut down on costs. But the lack of the Dreamliners led it to use planes which were meant for long flights for flights of shorter duration, which again led to the wear and tear in the flights, in the planes. So all all of this kept on piling. There was nobody to take charge to, fight for the airline. And sadly, it started making losses, and it already had some carried over. And then it merged with Indian Airlines. Now, I'm not saying that the merger with Indian Airlines led to the decline of Air India, but yes, it was in a major way responsible because Indian Airlines had its own baggage. So when the merger happened, already making losses with baggage merged, and there were chaos. So all of these factors led to the decline in Air India. Now let's just recap once. There were competition from low-cost carriers. There was this fuel hike which affected Air India more because it did not have fuel-efficient planes. The delayed delivery of Dreamliners, then the frequent change in management. Like with any state-owned company, it was a lot of politics within Air India, a lot of bureaucracy and a lot of interference from the government. So all of that led to the decline of the national carrier. Now I've tried to bring out all the reasons that I felt was responsible for the decline in the airline, but if you feel that I've missed something, please let me know in the comment section, and if you've not subscribed to my videos yet, please do that. And like I said, hit the like button at the end. Thank you. Meet you soon.